Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Ajoni Anime here, and today we're doing another review. The summer season has come to a close, and I'm gonna close it off by reviewing some of the shows I've been watching this season. I already reviewed Japan things, so today we're gonna do Deca-dence. Friday's video is going to be the God of High School review. That should close off our summer anime reviews. If you're interested in that kind of stuff and you want to see more reviews, subscribe to my channel, leave a like so I know that you like this content, so I'll make more. And let's get into the Deca-dence. Is a summer 2020 anime. It started its run on July 8, 2020. It's produced by Studio Nut. It is written by Hiroshi Seko, who wrote the entire script for Mob Psycho 100, and I love Mob Psycho 100. It's in my top 5. Okay, it's in the top 5. Mob Psycho is amazing. And he wrote the entire script for Mob Psycho. He worked on Kakegurui, which is my favorite anime. He worked on Attack of Titans and Panty and Stocking, and yeah, he's done his work. Deca-dence is a original anime. There's no source material. It was written by him, produced by Studio Nut, and the director is Tashikawa Yuzuru, who has also worked on Mob Psycho 100. Deca-dence takes place in the future. It's a dystopian steampunk fantasy kind of anime, so it's not your regular shonen. It also has a female protagonist, which is something I like to see. Natsume is our protagonist. She is, I really don't know her age, like they never really told us, but she's a teenager. She is probably between the ages of 14 and 16, as most shonen protagonists are. In my summer 2020 first impression videos, I spoke about Deca-dence and I said I liked it, and you know, it's very interesting and it had the craziest plot twist that they slap you with in episode 2, so you don't spend the whole show wondering what's going on. Well, you do, because I was confused the whole time. I was confused until up about episode 8. I was just like, what is going on? What's happening? I don't get it. What's going on? But that kind of keeps you watching and it keeps it interesting. I just realized I was talking for like a whole 20 minutes and I was not recording. So this is our second. Deca-dence is the mobile fortress that the humans live in, and it's also a game for the alien cyborgs that rule the planet, well, that live in a spaceship above the planet. And the planet and the cyborgs are both ruled by a AI, because you know, after humans destroyed the earth, the only possible and tangible solution is to get an AI to make our decisions, because obviously if we were smart enough to make our own decisions, we wouldn't destroy the planet. Humans don't know how to take care of themselves. Humans don't know how to take care of the planet. We build an AI. We build cyborgs. The rich people download their consciousness and put it in a cyborg, and that's what we get. And we have Deca-dence. I'll put the official summary in the description box below so you can read it there if you're interested. Did I like Deca-dence? Yes. It was a very pleasant anime. It's pleasant to watch and it gives you closure. So if you want something light on the heart, something that will make you feel like you're being put through the emotional ringer, you can watch Deca-dence. It's sweet, it's light on the heart, and no matter how bad things get, they never get that bad. And you know it's gonna do the shonen thing where, you know, if someone dies, they're gonna come back to life. They're not, or they won't stay dead. It's gonna do that shonen thing. This isn't super structured like my Beastars or my Promise Neverland review, or even my Japan Sinks review, where I talk about specific scenes, because honestly there weren't any scenes that stood out to me that's like, wow, this is a turning point in the anime. This is a turning point for the character. We have amazing character development just from this point. Yeah, that's not to say that there wasn't any character development. There definitely was. Kaburagi had the biggest character development arc the whole show, which is why I would argue that it's kind of his show. Natsume is just the catalyst for him to go on his self-discovery or his self-development arc. He starts off wanting to game over. He was about to end it all, but then he met Natsume and she gave him a reason to live, because he knew she was a bug, but she was also living life on her own terms. She was living life outside of the system, and that's not something he had considered. He was like, he's bound to the system, and he knew he was unhappy, but he didn't know how to get out of it. So his only way out of it was to just game over. And he met Natsume and he realized that this girl is living life on her own terms despite not being a part of the system. And you know, she contributes to society regardless of her not being a part of the system. You don't need to be in the system to give good things or make the whole point of Decadence was to take a poke, a very to take a look, albeit a very surface level look. It's not a in-depth look on capitalism and how the system works and how capitalism affects us all. And you know, we can't fight one aspect of the system and expect to win, because the system is going to adapt and react to that one aspect that we're fighting, and we're gonna feel like all our wins mean nothing. The only way to stop it is to get rid of the system completely and build a new one. And maybe my perspective is colored through our times, but yeah, it is. It's not something you can ignore. You can't just ignore that and be like, oh, it's just an anime. To be fair, I didn't make my channel to be, oh, it's just an anime, let's not look too deep into it. I made my channel to look deep into it. In capitalism, you have the people that control the means of production, and then you have the people who do all of the production and create wealth for the people that control the means. And in Decadence, the people that control the means of production is just the system. The system is the name of the AI that controls everything, and the system is at the top and everyone is below them, and everyone's job is to work towards the system and keeping the system running smoothly and fitting in. The cyborgs do their job until the day they are scrapped. They're killed for not being useful anymore, for serving their purpose, and for being bugs. And while the system does control the body of the cyborgs, it doesn't control their core, so they're free to develop personalities and thoughts and free will, but they do know that they can't do anything outside of the system because their bodies are controlled by the system, and they actually don't know anything else. And they don't know any other perspective, so they just do their job. And even the cyborgs that play Decadence, they're just doing their job until the day they're scrapped to keep the system running. Everything in the show is a part of the system. Even the humans, despite being completely unaware that they are part of the system, they continue to uphold it because they've been told that if they just do their job and keep Decadence running, the power and the gear will protect them and do all of the fighting for them, and they'll one day get to live on. They'll one day get to live on the surface outside of the fortress. And they're very complacent. No one is trying to challenge their assigned tasks. No one is trying to challenge how they live. Everyone is pretty content. They're not happy, but they're like, this is my life and there's nothing I can do to change it because changing it will cause chaos. We don't want that. They're just terribly complacent. Just do your thing. Working 7 days a week, working 6 days a week with 1 day off where you can hang out with your friends is enough for them, and that's the life that they're okay with. And honestly, that they didn't see anything else apart from the gears. And Natsume wanted to be like the gears because they look so free. All they did was fight, and how they fight there look like they're flying, so they look so free. And she wants to go do that. She doesn't want to stay in the tank every day. Plus, her dad used to tell her lots of stories about the surface, so she wants to be there. She wants to be outside. Her entire existence challenges the system because she shouldn't be there. She shouldn't exist. Decadence takes that whole notion of, if you work within the system, you're going to be okay, and throw it out the window, because in the end, the system was ready to kill off the humans because in order to protect itself, the system was ready to kill off the humans and everyone that lived in Decadence because it was at risk to kill itself. And that's an objective decision, obviously, that only an AI would make. The system lives to serve itself at the end of the day, and that's the whole notion of capitalism. The people at the top live to serve themselves. The people that own the means of production live to serve themselves. And you're gonna get up every day and work for them and contribute to their system so that they can sleep comfortably at the end of the day. If push came to shove, they wouldn't hand you a penny to save your life. Unless it's like a tax write-off. They'd save your life as a tax write-off so they don't have to pay taxes. But if it was to do it out of goodwill, they wouldn't. People that hold that amount of wealth are inherently evil. I'm pretty sure I've said it before. When there are people suffering and they could easily end that and they just look on, yeah, that's not very good. Cyborgs, they didn't care about human lives because it was just a game to them. The humans were just toys, and I guess that's just how the capitalist society sees the working class. Just toys. disposable. They're gonna make more. And then you have the whole issue of bugs in the system that they punish. There's a prison where they put the bugs, the cyborgs that are supposed to be rehabilitated. They kill the humans that are bugs, and they kill some of the cyborgs too, and then they put the rest of them in prison. And it's like, if your system is so perfect, why do you need a prison? But the fact of the matter is, the prison isn't for people that commit crimes. The system is looking to punish anyone who doesn't serve its interests, and it created a prison. And basically they needed someone to clean Gadoll feces, and the people who committed crimes by being bugs were the perfect people to put in this rehabilitation facility, which is a prison, to clean the feces, because they needed someone to do it. And instead of just, you know, automating it, they decided that, you know, might as well punish these people for being themselves. We might as well punish these people for being themselves. And that's how the prison was created, and Kaburagi got sent to prison for being a bug. But even the prison in Decadence speaks to how prison in a capitalist society, a lot of them benefit from slave labor, and a lot of them were built after the abolition of slavery, because there were a lot of laws that basically criminalize black people for being free. So it like criminalized them for not being slaves anymore. So, you know, you could get locked up for almost anything, and once you're a prisoner of the state, it was fine for you to be a slave. Those are actual laws. I'm probably paraphrasing, but those are actual laws. See the similarities, lots of similarities. The system that lives to serve its own interests and kills anyone who disagrees. And even if you fight against the system and you win, like a little bit, you fight against the one section of the system and you win, the other parts are going to adapt and learn from that, and they're gonna basically punish you for winning, and your wins are going to mean nothing. The only way to solve the problem is to get rid of the system, which they did in the end. The gist of Decadence is dismantling the capitalist system. That is the message of Decadence. Dismantle the capitalist system, as it only serves itself, and you need to get rid of the entire system. So yeah, let's get rid of the capitalist system. That's it. That's the whole point of Decadence. That brings us to the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this kind of content, hit the like button so I know that you like it and I'll make more like it. Subscribe for more anime reviews, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my uploads. And see you in my next video, which should be on Friday. So bye!